This is Jennifer Fuller, Assistant Principal at Paschal High School, and this will serve as your FLIP professional development for all things safety and security to get this school year started. This is the model we use in Fort Worth ISD to be prepared for all emergencies. In this case, most things that we are doing are in the prevention and preparedness category. We hope to not have to get to the response and recovery if we are properly prepared. In the event of an electrical outage, or if I feel the need to communicate with you through other means than the announcements, this will be the easiest way. This is the Paschal Text Emergency Alert System using the Remind app. If you can text to 817-402-3363 Paschal A, this will put you onto the system to receive the emergency text. We will have expectations to have monthly fire drills. We will have a fall spring lockdown drill, a fall and spring tornado drill, a shelter in place, and a reverse evacuation. When we get to these, I will send out information that explains to you the process for each one. Today we did have our first fire drill, and it went well. We do need to make sure we are moving quickly out of the building, and I will review a few other fire drill expectations as this presentation continues. I have identified 4 key potential hazard situations that Paschal could face at any time. Of course, we all know we live in Tornado Alley, and severe weather can be one of our biggest factors that can affect us at any time. I will send out weather alerts through email. We do have high traffic roads around us. We have businesses that are susceptible to robbery, and we have a railroad within 250 yards. These things can cause lockdowns or shelters in place. So again, those are the top 4 reasons we could potentially have to go into an emergency situation at Paschal High School. We need for every classroom and room in the building to have a Paschal High School map hanging next to the door, and we need for you to use a Sharpie to outline the proper exits from your door to where the student should be exiting. So please have that hanging on the outside of your doors. Right next to that, you should have your teacher emergency response protocol sheet. This was placed in your red folders at the beginning of the year whenever we had our first in-service. Our next topic has to do with our ID policy. First thing, we would like to thank everyone who has been implementing this policy on a daily basis. The ID policy is part of the safety and security measures we need for all people who are in this building to have a Paschal issued ID or a visitor sticker. This includes you as faculty and staff. We need this to happen with every teacher, every period, and every student. Our tardy policy will be successful if our ID policy is successful. Students may report to room 413 at 8:15 in the morning until the bell rings if they happen to have forgotten their ID to get a temporary ID without penalty. This means that they have shown initiative and responsibility and realized that they do not have their ID and would like to take care of it before school starts. After that time period, they are to have their ID on at all times. Second period will be our school-wide ID check with penalty. So this means if a student arrives in your second period class, we ask you to do an ID check, to have them sign in, and give them a temporary sticker if they do not have one. This policy does apply to all periods thereafter. Even though we have identified second period as the official school-wide check, if a student shows up into your class after second period, we want you to adhere to this same procedure. Replacement IDs can be purchased in room 413 at 8:15 in the morning until the bell rings, and it does cost $3 for students to get a replacement ID. Lanyards are in room 413, the AP suite, and all hall monitors do have them. During second period and also other periods, if you have to issue a temporary ID to a student 3 times and then it gets to the 4th time, we ask that you submit a referral on focus. The behavior of concern is rule violations. The details of the incident you can put is 4 times receiving a temporary ID. Then do this for subsequent violations. 4 times and thereafter, you should be submitting a referral on focus. Administration will provide official documented warning. As we have seen, we began implementing the tardy policy this week, and it has gone exceptionally smooth. In case you still do not understand where our tardy stations are, they are located in front of the AP suite, next to the boys' gym or room 156, the attendance office, the 100 hallway, room 413, that's the portables outside, and on the 2nd floor, room 236, at the 200-280 juncture, and at the top of the stairs at 280 near the elevator. After 10 minutes, the student is sent to ISS and marked absent by the teacher. ISS will write the referral. So yes, teachers, after 10 minutes, we do want you to mark the student tardy, and the attendance office will then correct the attendance. In order for us to have a safe, effective hallway passage, we need for you to adhere to the following procedures. Number 1, no one should be in the halls the first or last 10 minutes of class. As we are implementing the tardy policy, we do not want to have to sweep kids up who have a legitimate pass from you. So therefore, students need to wait to ask you to use the restroom until 10 minutes of the class has passed. We ask you to use your PHS hall passes sparingly, and a student may not receive a hall pass without an official ID on a lanyard. They may also not attend assemblies, pep rallies, or receive a library pass. They basically lose their privileges if they do not have an official ID with a lanyard. In addition, lunch passes must be issued to students. If you want them to go to your class to make up work, to take quizzes, we need for you to use the appropriate lunch pass that was provided in your tote bags at the beginning of the year. In an effort to keep our hallways secure during lunchtime, the 180 hallway will be locked. The 100 hallway doorway will be unlocked for portable use to use the restroom. So portables outside, if students need to use the restroom during lunch, they will need to enter through the 100 hallway, and Mr. Clark, our hall monitor, will be checking for passes. Other doorways open at lunch will be the front doors and the cafeteria. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to come by the AP suite and talk to me, or send me an email.